What's up, everyone? Hey, just so you know, this conversation is a segment of a larger conversation found within a long-form podcast that I release monthly called Another Christian Podcast. If this kind of content is something that you find interesting, if you want to see more, I would encourage you to do a couple things. Number one, you can tap the link in the description that will take you to the original podcast episode, but you can also do a couple other things. Number one, you can like the video. It's very easy. It's very straightforward. Just like it. Number two, you can share it with anybody you know or you love. Share it with your mom, your grandma, your dog. I don't care. That's one of the best ways to get this kind of media, this kind of content out over the airwaves or whatever. I don't know. And you can also subscribe if this is the kind of content that you enjoy. If you want to see more from me specifically, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It only helps me. And if you get annoyed of hearing the notifications, you can unsubscribe. So I appreciate your time. Please enjoy this conversation with my guest. Take a listen.
Yeah, and my counselor we went to called me on the carpet, but I gave him that permission to do that,
Yeah.
And honestly, if it wasn't because of what he said to me, I don't know that I would have ever gotten it. I don't know that I would have ever figured out ministry, but he looked at me. I'll just tell you, he looked at me and he said, looked me right in the face. He goes, "You've been having an affair for 10 years. I want to punch him in the mouth, I'm like, no, I haven't, and he said, your ministry is your mistress. That changed my life, changed my life. Now my priorities have totally shifted.
That's good.
And I protect my off days. I protect my time with my family. I don't answer my calls. I don't answer all that stuff.
Yeah.
Unless it's just a downtime and I can mess around on the phone like everybody does. I protect that. Yeah. Because of what he said to me. Because I'm like, I will not cheat on my wife again with ministry. Dude, that's powerful, man. That had to sting, man. That messes you up, though. Yeah. Yeah. But it messes you up in a good way. Yeah. It makes you think, and it makes you go, oh, you're right. I have been. I mean, I know pastors that have lost their family because of ministry.
So wild.
I know one guy in particular that his kids are not even in church or serving God at all right now because of one Christmas morning, he got a call and he left them to go tend to somebody in his church. And that right there did it for him. Yeah. Done. And they don't even serve God now.
That's crazy.
And, he's probably 70 years old.
Wow.
And they're my age.
Sure.
And don't want anything to do with church. And they were a pastor's kid. And the reason why is because he put ministry first over his family. There's an old saying that I've lived by, that I've tried to live by at least the last 15 years, is not everybody's emergency is yours. Yeah. Your dog died. I'm sorry. I'm not leaving my – I had a woman call me one time. She called me like 5 times. I didn't answer the phone. I kept denying it. It was a Friday night. I remember when it was. I remember what I was doing. And then she texted me because I wouldn't answer. She texted me this long thing about how sorry I was, telling me how trash, like just you're a sorry pastor and all this stuff. I've tried to call you and you're not answering. You don't care about your people, stuff like that. So what just happened? Yeah. I just talked to you 2 days ago. Yeah. And I texted her back and I said, I'm sorry. How do I put it? I said, right now I'm laying on my couch and my 4-year-old is on my lap watching Nemo. And I'd rather watch Nemo right now. Yeah. That was my response. Yeah. Left the church. Sorry. You leaving the church is a lot better than my daughter leaving me or leaving the church. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about that. No.
Well, and like Paul talks about that. Like your family is your first ministry, right? Like he doesn't say those exact words, but then I think it's Paul. He talks about like if you don't prioritize like your family, your wife first, like you're worse off than a non-believer or something like that. He says something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's important. Yeah, and it's important for Christians to get the idea that it's your wife and then it's your kids. Mm-hmm. It's not the other way around. I see too many families, or especially you see it, especially in moms, but Their kids are the priority.
Yeah.
No, your husband's your priority. Your wife's your priority. Because if your relationship's not good, your relationship with your kids aren't going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my wife's relationship is more important than me and my kids.
Yeah.
Because my kids' relationship and me will be good if me and her moms are.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I told my daughter's husband.
Yeah.
I said, don't ever let her go a day without knowing you love her.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad the fight is. I don't care how big the argument is.
Mm-hmm.
She better not ever question whether you love her or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can be as mad as you want to,
Yeah.
but there's got to be that there.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to do a couple things for me. Like, comment your favorite part, share it, and if you're willing to, subscribe. Those are the 4 things that you can do for me to help you see more content just like this. Just a reminder, this is a smaller conversation found within a larger context in the long-form podcast that I release every single month. So be sure to stick around. Go and check out the original video if you want to know all of the context in our conversation, or if you want to just see the podcast episode in chunks, stay tuned weekly. I'm releasing videos as often as I can of the podcast in segments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.